Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This is BT Plays here, and today we are on the Crew 2 and we are testing out the Maserati MC12. Yes, I think one of the oldest vehicles in the game again. It was like one of the first hypercar vehicles that came out and the cheapest hypercar vehicle in the game at that point, and it still is the cheapest hypercar vehicle as well, coming in at 332,325 crew bucks as I'm recording this. As you can see, it does have a promo on as well, but before that it was still 443,100 crew bucks. So I think 300,000 crew bucks isn't a bad price for a hypercar vehicle. So let's see if this vehicle is actually worth buying nowadays and see if it does actually compete with all the other hypercar vehicles we have, all the other Koenigsegg's and Bugattis and everything else we have. So let's get into the customization, and as you can see, the only customization we have is caliper colors in the visual parts, but you can change the livery and vanity items as well. Let's have a look at some of the liveries because I have seen this livery 1,000 times. We can get a Monster Energy one, we can get whatever that is, get a blue one, black one. This is probably a bad idea coming on. Get a Supreme Whip, didn't know we was in 2015, but if you want a Supreme Whip, you can get a Supreme Whip. Yeah, none of these are looking that good, so we're going to stick with what the game gives us, and we're going to just have to roll with it, won't we? But it is a base level 211 vehicle as well. It has a top speed of just around 205 miles per hour and has 630 horsepower as well. But enough of me talking about this vehicle at 211. Let's put some 320 bars on because that's how everyone uses vehicles in this game with the max parts. So it now has a top speed of 278 miles per hour, has a 958 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.27 seconds, quarter mile in 8.73 seconds, and a brake distance 60 to 0 is 17.97 yards. So it does look decent on paper, but most cars do look decent on paper, so we'll see how well this vehicle looks in an event. So I'll see you at an event in a second. Right, let's test out this vehicle. Can't believe I've never tested out this vehicle in the whole 5, almost 6 years of this game's release. I don't know, I've just always put it off because I've always had better vehicles. I remember the first hypercar vehicle I brought was the Zonda, so I was like, there's no need for me to get this, but may as well pick it up for such a cheap price, and we'll see how well it does perform with all the new vehicles nowadays. That's not a good start. That was awful judgment from me, but let's see if we can make our way back to first. Handling wise, it does feel a bit shaky. It does look very wide as well. Look at this thing. I don't know why it looks so wide. Is it supposed to look this wide? Is it normal to look this wide? Or is it just this thing? I don't know. I've hit another tree. It's not looking good so far for the MC12. Hopefully we can make it up. But I mean, speed wise, we are rapid. We are very rapid. This thing had a top speed of around 278 miles per hour. And we are definitely on track to reach that. Look, we are speeding, which is very surprising. I wasn't expecting this thing to be as fast as some of the other vehicles in the game, but it is definitely still a contender with all the other vehicles in the hypercar category. And I've just hit another tree. I'm not sure what's going on with this car and trees, but that's 3 trees we've hit so far. But it's alright, we'll keep moving. This thing is fast enough to overtake them again. But I don't know, it's not even the handling, it's just, I think it's just me. I just don't know what I'm doing. He's had an incident as well. But this vehicle actually is surprising for 300k as well, what I'm paying. This thing feels amazing for 300k. Obviously if I didn't keep hitting into trees then it would be 10 tons better. Brakes, pretty good. I think that's the first time I've done that event and not hit into the wall, so that's always a nice little bonus that you don't have to restart your whole car pretty much. But yeah, it feels not too bad. Handling as well. Round corners, you don't need to slow down, which is always nice. You don't wall ride the guardrail. It definitely feels like a solid vehicle, and I'm absolutely surprised, because that's one reason why I never actually purchased this vehicle, because I always thought it was like there's no point in me getting it because it's probably awful. Then it's probably a lot worse than all the other vehicles I've got. Which, I mean, compared to your Koenigsegg's and your Bugattis, yeah, it definitely probably wouldn't compete that well with them. But it definitely would compete up against the Zonda, and probably even your Lamborghinis, 100%. So yeah, I'm quite shocked about this vehicle. Almost at the finish line here as well, and we did take back first place. Well, hopefully we do anyway, unless we crash into another tree and get stuck there for 10 seconds. But I think we have got this in the bag, and again, that turn, beautiful. The only thing that lets it down, I think, is the customization, but you can't complain about the performance really one bit. So my final verdict of this vehicle, what am I going to give this vehicle out of 10? So the price, amazing price for a hypercar vehicle. I would buy any hypercar vehicle for that price, and I'd suggest that you pick it up for that price as well if you don't have it already. Customization, like I said, there wasn't any customization, which is a downside, but for a vehicle with a performance that good, you can't really complain about the customization. The acceleration was good. The top speed, you easily reach the top speed, which is always nice to see. The handling was also smooth, and the braking was pretty good as well. So out of 10, this is a bargain, and I'm going to give this vehicle an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely would recommend for the price. Probably wouldn't be a vehicle I would use all the time, but it is a top contender for like the middle places, and it definitely isn't the worst hypercar vehicle I've used either. But yeah, for 300k, it is a very, very good vehicle, and I think an 8.5 is very, very worthy. And if you have used this vehicle, don't forget to tell me what you think of it down below in the comment section, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next video.